Social engineering covers a lot of attacks that occurs daily. This attack is particularly interesting because it abuses the weakest link in IT security, which are the people themselves. A recent attack that occurred was the host of a popular US show, Shark Tank, Barbara Corcoran, had almost $400,000 stolen due to a phishing scam. Let us talk about some of the examples of social engineering attack. The first one we're going to talk about is phishing. So this is one of the most popular social engineering attacks. It is a cyber attack where individuals are presented a legitimate looking website which actually causes them to either put them in confidential information or cause them to download malware or randomware. Recently, ever since the pandemic, there has been a rise of phishing scams related to COVID-19 where hackers are impersonating health organizations to deliver fake news. Scareware. Scareware aims to trick people into visiting infected websites. They do this by usually appearing in the form of an antivirus pop-up where the users will then panic because their device is infected and will be more pressured to buy the software that the scareware is promoting, which is usually another malware. Pretexting. Pretexting is when the attacker is trying to convince the victim to give information. Usually, this is set up with a pretext to fool the victims and the attacker pretending to be someone with authority. In Malaysia, this is a very common scam and is more commonly known as the Macau scam, where the attackers pretend to be officials from either the court or the police. From January to September 2020, there is an estimated loss of RM232 million to these scams. Now let's talk about some mitigation strategies. In the first place, you should always be careful and double check the source. If you get an email saying you inherited some money from a relative you don't even know that you had, then you should have warning alarms ringing in your head. If you're in doubt, always go to the official website or representative to ensure that what you see and what you hear is official. In the case of banks, they should always have your information in front of them. They will be sure to ask security questions to ensure you are the correct person that they intend to talk to. If they decide to instead just skip the security questions, then it is most likely a fake call from some scammers. Finally, in the case of the Macau scams, do not feel pressured when receiving calls claiming you owe money or are wanted by the police. Attackers are intentionally doing this to make you feel pressured, to hope that you are not thinking straight and just do what they ask you to do, usually either transferring money or giving them personal information. The best way to counteract this is to just get their ID and say that you will call them back on their official line. Chances are, they will try to keep you on the phone and try to avoid giving any ID, a telltale sign that they are scammers.